Adam, peace be upon him, and Eve led a life of hardship on earth. Food did not come easy. Unlike in their previous abode, heaven, they were compelled to work hard in order to sustain themselves on earth. He was burdened with searching for food, clothing, and shelter for his wife and children. He was also challenged with fighting wild animals who were wandering about in search of a full meal. However, above all, the biggest burden that Adam had to constantly battle was the whispers of Satan. Satan stuck to his word and continued to torment the humans with his evil whispers. Nonetheless, he remained resolute and proved himself to his Lord. It was vital that he thrive on earth and bring forth offspring who would remain steadfast in their assigned duty, to worship Allah. The lonesome existence of Adam and Eve on earth soon changed. They were first blessed with a set of twins, Cain and his sister, and were also blessed with twins the second time, when they welcomed Abel and his sister. The children grew up to be young healthy adults, while the family enjoyed a humble life with Allah's ample blessings. Cain cultivated the land, whereas Abel reared the cattle. Part of Adam and Eve's expulsion to earth was with the aim of populating the land with dutiful humans who worshipped the Almighty. Thus, when the children reached marriageable age, Allah revealed to Adam to marry each son to the other's twin sister. There was after all no other family in existence besides Adam's family. Adam did as Allah bid and instructed his children that they were to marry each other's twin. While Abel was ready to follow Allah's command, Cain was not too pleased. Whilst Abel was known for his intelligence, obedience, and his readiness to obey the will of Allah, Cain was arrogant, selfish, and disobedient to his Lord. Cain was unhappy with the command as, according to him, Abel's twin sister was not as pleasing to the eye as his own. He defied Allah's command as he refused to accept his father's advice. Adam was in a quandary. He was uncertain as to what needed to be done, so he called out to Allah seeking his assistance. Thus, Allah commanded that each son offer a sacrifice in the name of Allah and he would favor the son whose sacrifice he accepted. While Abel offered his best lamb to Allah, Cain offered his worst harvest. Therefore, naturally, Allah accepted Abel's offer, whilst Cain's disobedience towards Allah's command and his insincerity in his offering caused his plea to be rejected. Enraged, Cain threatened to kill his brother. "I will kill you," he said. Allah only accepts the offering of the sincerely devout. If you raise your hand to kill me, I will not raise mine to kill you, because I fear Allah, the Lord of all worlds. I want to let you bear your sin against me along with your other sins, then you will be one of those destined to the fire. And that is the reward of the wrongdoers, Abel responded with sincerity. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:27-29. Abel was not fazed by the threats of his brother, but he made certain that he reminded his brother to not stray from the path of Allah. The hatred that Cain had towards his brother outweighed all other forms of familial bonds and emotions. The fear of Allah's punishment also failed to arise in his mind. As expected, Cain did not heed the warnings of his brother. He struck Abel with a stone and killed him in an instant. This was the first death and murder in the history of humankind. As time passed, and Abel did not return home, Adam began worrying. He began to look for his son but found no trace. When he inquired Cain about Abel's whereabouts, Cain stated that he was not his brother's keeper or protector. It didn't take Adam long to realize that his beloved Abel was no more. Adam was consumed with grief. Having murdered his brother, Cain was unsure what needed to be done with Abel's body. He wandered all over, pondering how he could hide the body from his family. As his anger slowly subsided, Cain began to feel remorse for his brother and was overcome with guilt. In a bid to retain the dignity of the deceased, Allah caused Cain to witness the death and burial of 2 crows. Cain watched as the crow used its claws and beak to dig a hole in the earth, push the carcass into it and cover it with sand. Cain followed suit and buried his brother, Abel. Surah Al-Ma'idah 5:31. Adam lost both his sons and was overwhelmed with grief. Abel was murdered while Cain was under the spell of the devil. He made dua for his son and went on to carry out the duties expected of him. He continued to warn his children and grandchildren of evils and constantly reminded them to worship Allah and not be among those who disobeyed him. One day, Adam, who was gravely ill, said to his children, "O my children, indeed I feel an appetite for the fruits of paradise." Intent on fulfilling their father's request, the children set out to gather the fruits of paradise. On their way, they met with some angels who carried with them Adam's shroud and other materials required for the preparation of a body for burial. The angels instructed the children of Adam to hasten home as their father was about to meet his end soon. So the children returned home with the angels. Upon arrival, the angels took Adam's soul. They prepared him for the funeral, wrapped him in the shroud, dug his grave, and laid him in it. They told the children of Adam, "O children of Adam, this is your tradition at the time of death." Prior to Adam's death, he reassured his offspring that Allah would not abandon them and continue to watch over and guide them. He also informed them that Allah would continue to send down prophets as a guide for mankind. Following the death of Adam, his son Seth, succeeded him. He too was made a prophet and was tasked with the duty of guiding people to the path of Allah.